My name's Connor, and here once again is my lovely audience. So the story I will be telling you today is about a little old man and a little old woman. And, they lived together, and they were old, and so they couldn't have children anymore. And they were really lonely. And so the story's about a creative situation, or a solution the little old lady had to that. So here we go. Once upon a time, there was a little old man and a little old lady. And like I said, they lived alone, and they were really lonely. And so they couldn't have kids. And the little old lady, one day, she got a big mixing bowl and started throwing in a bunch of ingredients and mixed up a bunch of brown sugar and everything in there. And she formed out a little gingerbread man and put him on a cookie plate and tossed him in the oven. So he was baking, and the little old man and the little old woman, they went outside and they had some tea. They were just hanging out, and next thing I know, they hear a little screaming in the oven. I'm like, what is that? Get a little closer, and they hear, help, let me out. And so they open up the door, and out runs the gingerbread boy. He books it out, and he runs through the front door, and he's running away, and the little old man and the little old lady are chasing him, and he stops, and he laughs, and he calls out, I am the gingerbread boy, I am. Run away from you I can. And so he keeps on running, and they have no chance of keeping up with him. And so he keeps running, he's running, until he comes up to a cow on the roadside. And now the cow stops the gingerbread boy and yells out, stop, gingerbread boy. You look really good to eat. And so the gingerbread boy, he keeps running, and he laughs, and he calls out, I am a gingerbread boy, I am. I run away from a little old woman and a little old man. Run away from you I can. And so he runs, and the cow cannot catch up with him. And so the gingerbread boy keeps out his pace and keeps on going, running down the road, till it comes to a pasture. And in this pasture there's a horse, and the horse yells out, hey, gingerbread boy, stop. You look really good to eat. And so the gingerbread boy, he stops for a second and laughs and calls out, I'm the gingerbread boy, I am. I've run away from a little old woman and a little old man and a cow. And run away from you I can. And so the gingerbread boy, he keeps on running. And not even a horse can catch up with him. Not even a horse. And so the gingerbread boy keeps running and running until he comes across a barn full of farmers. And these farmers, they stop and they all yell out, stop, gingerbread boy, you smell really good, we want to eat you. And naturally, the gingerbread boy continues and runs and laughs and yells out, I am the gingerbread boy, I am. I run away from a little old woman and a little old man, a cow and a horse. Run away from you I can. And he keeps on running, and sure enough, he outruns the farmers just like the rest. And so he keeps on his way and heading down the trail, heading down the path, and he sees a fox laying by a fence. So he walks up to the fox and says, and the fox calls out, hey, what are you doing? And the gingerbread boy, thinking that he wants to eat him, just keeps on running and laughs and yells out, I'm a gingerbread boy, I am. I run away from a little old woman and a little old man, a cow and a horse and a barn full of farmers. Run away from you I can. And sure enough, the fox says, whoa, I'm not interested in eating you. I just want to walk with you. And so the gingerbread boy, being fresh out of the oven, he didn't know any better. And he was walking down the trail and said, sure, come on, join me, fox. So they kept on walking together until they came to a creek. And once they came up to this creek, the gingerbread boy, he couldn't cross the creek. He couldn't get wet. He was a cookie. And so the fox says, hey, you can hop on my tail, and I'll take you across. And so the gingerbread boy says, yeah, okay, why not? Let's do it. And so the gingerbread boy hops on the fox's tail, and they start making their way across the creek. And after a while, the fox stops and says, hey, gingerbread boy, my tail's getting tired. You should hop on my back. And so the gingerbread boy hops on his back, and, after time, the fox says, gingerbread boy, I think you might get wet on my back. You should hop onto my head. So the gingerbread boy climbs up onto his head, and he keeps on walking. And after they're almost to the edge of the creek, the fox says, "Hey, gingerbread boy, you know, my head's about to go underwater. You might want to stand on my nose." And the gingerbread boy says, "Okay, sure."
Alright.
So he hops on, he gets on his nose. Sure enough, right before they're about to hit the edge of the creek, the fox flips him up in the air and catches him in the mouth and eats him whole. And that was the end of the gingerbread boy. And so this story goes to tell not to boast and to watch out for those that you can't be sure if you trust them or not. So, yeah, that was my story.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Woo!